Hi, welcome to my 10-minute review. I'm going to be going through some of the key hands, see what I did right, see what I did wrong, a little bit of analysis, talk through. I'll try and keep it short and sweet. We ended up finishing 6th. I think the field was about 1,600. Like that. We ended up cashing for about 127. I'll crack on straight away. I'm going to start with this first hand. It's not really to analyse. I thought it was just a good call by the guy. Ooh, wow, that's loud. I'll just crank that down a bit for you guys. Get that down there. Right, we get dealt ace jack, the big blind. Comes in for a ming range. We're just calling because it's not that deep. Get low flop, check. Checks back, which signals a bit of weakness. Probably checking a lot of his ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks, king queen, king jack. People tend not to continuation bet all this time at this stake. Comes a 10, I think it's a good card for us to bluff. Go 33% of the pot. Flat calls. I think he's flows here again, so we go half pot on the river. Try and get him to fold all them hands we mentioned. End up calling at this at this point with B, but he has the same hand, which is, I'm so impressed. So called 2 straights. Good call at the end of the day. All the hands I was targeting there. We'll move on to the next hand. I'm going to pass through quite a lot of the hands because I was playing 2 tournaments at once, so I'm just trying to stick to the one. We ended up taking a little few hits and blinding back down. Basically, Spielbanker was just going all in every hand for about 10 hands, so we thought ace 8's a good spot to challenge him. Going in with queen high, jack's highs, king's highs. It's a good spot against his range when you just shove him every hand. He's obviously on a free bet, he don't care. Not really analysis hand, just to show you where I was chipping up and going through the whole thing. It is a bounty element, so people do tend to play a bit there, but let me take it down. Next hand we have a hockey sticks. The resolution's a bit poor, but you can see at the top of the hand it tells you your blinds. We'll give the old hockey sticks on the button. We're not really deep enough to free bet, so I like to call a lot. Even though I'm in position, people tend not to be too aggressive in it's a peak here. But I like to take our spots in position. It's bad flop for us, but he checks for us. Let's go with a stab. We get a call, which is king, which is a bad card for us. We decide to check back, see what the river brings. It's a good river for us after betting the flop. So we go big, 3/4 pot, try and get him off. Finds the fold. Here we have ace king, fairly early. We've got 2.5x here, so we want to induce, which we get straight away. This hand plays itself really. Showing you where I'm getting my chips from. He's up at an ace queen. Give us that bounty. You for your bounty, lad. Now we're up to the blinds of 6,600. The turbo restructure, so I think it was going on every 4 minutes. Very fast pace. Here we get kings in the small blind. I got moved to another table where this after chabba with a big blind was proper aggro. And we're fairly deep in stacks here. When it comes round to us, we want to induce him. We wanted to show weakness because he was that aggressive. We just limp and let him do all the work, hoping he'd fall trap, which he does exactly. Christmas comes early. Bad flop when he was jamming a lot of aces there probably, as his idiot. He has hockey sticks. We become a monster. Thank you very much. With ace king again. It's a rather small pot. See, the blinds have gone up again to 7 and 8. Now this hand is how I like to defend my big blind. I go all on my blind. You see we've got chips to do so yeah, 2.5x from under the gun. I defend fairly wide. A lot of short, but I was chip leader on the table, so I like to put pressure on other players, defend any 2 cards, which we do here. The flop bottom pair, 50,000. I bet it's just over half pot. People tend to bet more than half pot when we're trying to get us to fold straight away, so it's quite rare and nothing hands. Improved to 2 pair on the turn, check, hoping he bets again. So his flop, it looks like he's got air. We open the pot. Flop gets the fold. Ace queen. Played itself, small pot. Blinds are up to 14.5 now. This was a strange hand, so I'm just going to review this one. Just some really strange play going on this table. We had one of the tournament chip leaders on this table in 1, 2, 3. Double R stack. I think this is a new table from last time. I got moved around. Get the 4-2, from the small blind. We'll flop a flush draw. Oil comes in for the main bet. Fold. At this point I think just call, there's only the big blind to whack behind. The only way he's going to raise from there if he gets like a king 3 hand, because he just checks. King 9 hand. It's very unlikely. And the guy does exactly what we didn't think he'd do, just open jams. For like our whole stack. Could be doing that with a flush draw bigger than ours, so we have to fold. Boyo calls as well, pretty much finished. And this is a strange part. We get there with a flush. He has the king 7, so it's king bad. He called behind with queen high for half his stack. I don't know if that was a misclick or a strange hand. Thankfully we didn't have too much time to dwell because the very next hand we get queens. On the bottom as well. Another 3 from that pot. Guy who shoves just a king, just a pair. Still got his big stack. Gung show 933, what a name. Get jam before us, isolate so we can get that bounty. We don't want anybody else coming along for the ride. Ace. Then we have queens or kings, there's always an ace on the board. Thankfully, he only has a queen jack. Pretty weak. Now this was a crucial pot in the tournament. 19,000 the blind is up to now. I built up to 600,000, just chipping away at people. It happens again under the gun and min raises. As I said before, this is the whole reason I like to defend my blind pretty wide. To a min rise, and there's quite a lot of antes in there. You're getting like a 3 to 1, 3 and a bit to 1, just for a standard call. Hand looks good undetected. We get a good flop. 489, double gutted. There's a flush draw out there. 101,000 at the middle. That's close to 3/4 pot. Said a lot of people do this when they're trying to fold you out. Could be charging jaws as well, but we're double gutted. So we tend to call. This is where it gets interesting. Bingo on the turn. The bottom end of it, but it's quite rare he has Jack Queen. We've seen he likes to check king high in the big blind, so Jack Queen's very unlikely from him from the under the gun. Pot's 244,000. I check. He bets over pot. Over pots it when I have 505,000. I don't know what he's trying to do with that bet. Like what he's trying to get folded out. So obviously he has to call no matter what I shove. This point I think he's probably got jacks because he's got to draw himself, but it's an easy jam for us. Nice river, and indeed does have jacks. So I like to we're up to 1.2 million. I think that put us up in the top 20 stacks after that hand. So I like to defend the big blinds. Not much to this hand. We have king jack in the big blind. Play the big stack. We have one dangerous player on this table, and it was game of wrist directly to my left, which wasn't a good draw. He's a bigger stack than us, and I checked his stats out, and he's a constant winning player on this level. So we get raised. We jam here to isolate these two stacks. Only have 500,000. It's a good squeeze play, especially when the small blind just calls. He has a weak ranger. That gets through. I'm going to pick this hand out. As I mentioned before, game of zero wrist to our left. This is when I did my research on him. Kongsook Reg, he's been beating me in these types of games for ages. He's the only dangerous player. We like to continue our aggression, so we raise the a6 off. And game wrist, 3 bets. Got double the stack. He sized it where we can't really do anything. Jam. It's at this point where I checked his stats, but we're going to have to loosen our range, well not loosen our range, tighten our range a bit, because he's going to apply pressure a lot of the time with our weak hands. Won't be this strong there next time. Lines are up to 66,000 at this moment. I'm still on the million mark. We got move table. This was my first hand after we moved table, but we got away from a good reg. This is going to get limp from under a gun. 2 more witnesses. Jack 3, we flop 2 pair. We check for a check raise here. So it's a very jury board for diamonds, but everyone checks right through. We go 3/4 pot. Get the field out there. Under the gun calls. At this point, we think he's got a flush jaw. The king queen. It's a very jury board for him not to check the flop. Check the turn. Good river. We just jam 3/4 pot into him, hoping he'd catch a bit. He does. Falls off with the queen. Flush draw misses. This queen's good. That's us up to 2.2 million. Another hand from a big blind. The next hand we get ace queen suited. If I remember rightly, I think this one played itself. I'm going to connect 4. Pushes for 12 bigs. Put a big stack on the table. Half our stack, but have to call there. 12 bigs. A lot of stuff he's shoving there from that position. It's Jack and we win. Now we're going to move on to this is one of the big hands in the tournament. This is what really cemented us into the top 10. Still on the 3 million mark. Only 2 stacks. It's going to give me trouble on this table. That's peppermint. It's got 2.2. With the jacks. So we open up for the min raise. Open 2 of the shorter stacks. Long shovel. But we get peppermint that comes along from small blind. He just calls. It's another dangerous stack. We get a good flop top set. He checks. So we bet half pot. Normally we go for 33%. On the jewelry board, we charge a bit more. He just calls. There's already 9.1 in the middle. I've got 2.6. He's got 2 behind. The king of spades comes. That completes a lot of draws. Flush gets there. 10 queen gets there. We checks. This time we go 33% pot. Because we don't think this changes much now. I mentioned the hands what get there, but I think a lot of hands what get there check raise the flop. This is where he comes along and check raises the turn. He's showing a lot of strength. Up to 800,000 and leaves himself with 1.1. So puts in the spot here. There's no way we're jamming straight back because we only get called by hands what beat us. But I'm not going anywhere. Flat call. Now there's 2.5 in the pot here. We've got 1.7 behind. River's a complete blank, don't change anything. He jams for 1.1 million. I tanked a lot of his hand because this was a big hand in the tournament. He's got a chip leader. I was thinking what sort of hand would check raise a turn. We have a jack of spades, that makes him a flush more likely, and I thought the flush would check raise the flop. So when he check raises the turn, I put him on like a queen jack hand, might have a case jack, with a queen of spades. So he's setting up a check raise, so he was going to bluff no matter what the river was. But a lot of hands do that, so we end up calling. Similar hands to what I said, 9-10. Straight draw, without a spade, which is surprising. But show some heart! We're up to 5.5 million now. I think it put us in the top 10 of chips, but we're still at like, I can't remember, 100 at this point. Put ourselves in a good position to attack. Fast base structure. 5.5 mil. Here we have a king 10 in a small blind. That's about 6-7 bigs. It's 6 bigs he has. Quite a lot of antis in the pot anyway. We're 5.5 million. When he's shoving us in the big blange, king 10 suited, spot we're taking all day for 6 bigs. Got to take chances to build further if we want to go for a win. Fortunately, for 6 bigs in a small blind, come up against a strong hand, as strong as his range possibly could do. Blinds are up to 190 now. 190, 95. With the fish hooks again. Jack's been kind to us. The 2.5x here. Hand with a small blind and a big blind come along. Right, the flops 3, 6, 10. Russell Johnson 2 million. Shoves 2 million into a pot of 1-6. I thought what would just open shove there, obviously he's not got a set. A raise, so he's not going to be calling with 10-6, 10-3. Come on, flush draw a week 10. Wants to protect his 10. We jam, isolate. 2 million, it's a big shove like, it's surprising. Bad turn, bad river. Get to see what he has. And he does, he shoves a big 10. Back up to 5.5 million. No, we're back up to 6. Here we have king queen in the blind. Get a min raise off it. Here a knock off. Don't know how to pronounce that. I think I've picked the wrong hand here, which can't play that. Yeah. Brings it fold. It'll be fold there all day. Here we have a king queen. Started taking little hits now. I was going down to 4.5 mil. Everyone had caught us up. Did a little 20-minute bad spell. Blinds have gone up drastically. 354,000 now. Have to keep quite active in these tournaments, otherwise you start falling behind. Have to increase your shove spots, which we do here. King Queen. Get called from Do Your Googles. 6 million. He was up there. Yeah. Pair. And he called us quite loose. Called us with 2s. Here we get the kings again. We're still on the 9 million mark. I think there's only 120 million in play. Might be more. I think not many left at this point. I think we're down to two or three tables. We're rushing. 3x is it? We just jam. You know what these Russians are like. Can't really free bet. Basically has to go in. Get a call. Nice rung out. Russian calls off with ace 10. Blinds are 450 at this point. Up to 18 million. I think we was down to 2 tables at this point. Yeah, it was down to 2 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's about 14 left, so we open up with ace jack. Andrew Ramos, what is in the big blind, he's the chip leader of the tournament. He was on our table. I have 16 million, so I thought behind him. We whiff. I'm going to c-bet. Try and take it down 33%. It comes along. Queen again. Checks again so far. Put him on like an 8. Even 9s, 10s. When he just check calls. I'm going to have to bet the turn again. Get it through, 1.8 million. Take a bit off the chip leader. There's 14 left at this point. 20 million mark, Andrew Ramos.